I bought a condo here in Punta Cana, and in today's video, I'm gonna show you where it is, what it is, how I'm paying for it, how much it is, of course, and the pros and cons of this investment for anybody else considering it. And I hope what you get from it is a sense of what it looks like to buy something down here and follow me through the process of me buying my first apartment in paradise. So let's dive in. I bought this condo in a little beach town here in the Punta Cana area called Cortecito. If you look on a map from where the airport is in Punta Cana, where you would land, you just go north about 13 miles and you're gonna hit this little town. It's active and bustling. It's got a whole bunch of stuff going on in it. There's a lot of development here, and it causes some really amazing opportunities, but also some issues, which I'll show you here in a little bit. Where I'm walking right now is from where the condo is that I bought over one block to the beach area, and I'm gonna show you not only what this condo comes with on the beach, but what it looks like. But the entirety of this walk is about 2 minutes, and there's a ton of little restaurants and shops and other things right here. The developer I purchased with is called Boardwalk Developments. It's run by a legendary realtor in the area named Cheryl Henderson. And she's been selling real estate here for like almost 20 years. So for me, when I'm looking at who am I gonna buy with, I wanna know that they've been here a while, that they are local, and that they've done full cycle projects. Like right next door to the development I'm buying in, which is called Maple Suites, is Maple Beach. And Maple Beach is completed and mostly sold out. Maple Suites is in pre-construction, still being sold, and you're gonna see that once I go back over there and show you the inside and what it looks like. Now, if you're curious about a real estate agent or to talk to Boardwalk Developments about this particular property after you see the video, I dropped all those links down below. You can get a referral. And so you know, if you do decide to work with Boardwalk or with any realtor I refer, of course, they're gonna pay me some sort of commission or referral fee. So I just walked over to sort of the beachfront road here in Cortecito. Let me show you. So here's the road. This roadway runs along the beach. The beach is on the other side of this truck and all this stuff. And you can see it's a bustling little community with all these little shops, restaurants, Pier 45 Shop and Party. And over here is a really legendary place called Captain Cook's. Now, for those that are buying in Maple Suites, where I am in Maple Beach, you're gonna get access to this. There's Cheryl, first of all, the developer. But this is Boardwalk Developments. They purchased this to make a beach club for all of the residents over at Maple Suites and Maple Beach, the two properties I'll show you as we go along here. And here is Captain Cook's. And you can see right over there is the beach. Here's the entrance to Cortecito Beach. You can see a ton of people out here. Beautiful blue waters, the whole nine. The beach club will be right here. So that's the beach club right here on the beach, right next to Captain Cook. So there you have it. A little bit of a view of paradise down here. Now, the condo I purchased is a one-bedroom condo, and I'm paying $170,000 for it. On a previous video, you saw me go in and sign the contract. It's $5,000 down to hold it for 30 days before your 20% down payment is due. $5,000 is credited toward that. And that's the price that I'm going to be paying. Now, what I worked out with the developer right before I signed all the paperwork and we got to talking off video was, hey, I happen to be a guy with an audience, so maybe there's something we could work out. And here's what we worked out. I didn't put any money down. Instead, if any of you decide like, hey, that's a great spot, I like it, I like what I'm seeing, and decide to click the link below and buy, then they'll give me commissions for each of those sales that go toward the 170. And when it's all done, I'm paying the balance, whatever that is. Maybe it'll be zero. That'll be amazing. But whatever the balance is what I end up paying. Now, why do I share that? For two reasons. The first is, honestly, I just want to be always authentic and open and raw and real with my audience. I know some people may take exception to that. Like,
well, wait a minute, you're buying this, but you're only buying it because you're getting it without having to pay right now.
And if that's what you believe, that's fine. I can't stop you from believing that. Here's the real story, just so you know from my perspective. I wanted to buy in Cortecito, my first investment property. I want to buy to own in Punta Cana Village, which is right by the airport and where I currently live right now. It's a great neighborhood for kids. Cortecito isn't, but it's great for tourists and Airbnb. It's the best part of the area for Airbnb. So when the opportunity came up to negotiate, I thought, is it a discount? Is it something? But instead, it's just a deferred payment plan, essentially is what it works out to. And I always want to make sure that everybody knows exactly what I'm doing, so it's very clear to you. I have nothing to hide, nor do I want to. The second thing is, this channel is me investing in my first. Some people say to me like, hey, how many have you invested? I'm like, no, one. I'm in my first right now. And all the lessons I teach about due diligence or whatever, those are lessons applied from the 41 units I've bought and sold in the United States and the 200 plus units I'm a partner in the United States that I've applied down here. Like Is the developer local? Have they been around a long time? And have they done full cycle projects? Have they completed projects? Those are things I look for in the States. In addition, I'm looking for things like what's the loan to value in the States on a project that's going to be financed? What's the rate of return? If it's too high, I don't trust it. How long is the hold? What are the debt terms? If there's a recession, is there enough term of the debt to ride through that recession and keep my money in play? Those are less a consideration here, but I hope you get the point. So anyway, what I'm saying is, as I'm learning, I'm teaching. And one of the things I'm learning is the power of personal brand. A lot of people watch me because they say, man, I want to move to the Dominican as well. Like, how'd you do it? And honestly, I built a podcast. I built a membership community off of that podcast that allowed me to fund my life and do it anywhere. So I can make US dollars and live here, Portugal, Spain, wherever I want. That's after leaving a job that was paying me 400 grand a year plus as an executive with a big insurance company called Progressive. You probably heard of it. I left that after 21 years with a wife at home and 2 kids and a mortgage and everything because I had built something that I believed in, and I had enough. So as you're considering, if you're in that situation, man, I have this job, I don't know how to get a job somewhere else or move somewhere else. Hola. All right, I got kicked out of where I was sitting. So what I was saying was, you realize the power of a personal brand and how if you build one, you can figure out ways to monetize it. No, gracias. You can figure out ways to monetize it. This is one way that I'm monetizing my brand, is by creating content, which I love doing, and that content generates for me opportunities like this. So that's what I'm paying, and that's how I'm paying for it. Tell you what, let's go take a look at the condo, then I'm gonna share with you some pros and cons and how I think we as a collective YouTube community can maybe overcome those cons. I have an idea. Wait till you see that. So right here, those buildings are Maple Beach, and right next to it, you'll see is where Maple Suites is, and then we'll hop inside and take a look around. If you've been watching my stuff for a bit, you'll get an update on the progress of the unit. If you haven't been watching, well, then you get a first look at what this condo looks like. And I'll link the video at the end of my last tour so you get a sense of what that looked like back then. There, right there is Maple Suites, excuse me, where I'm buying. I'm up on the third floor all the way in the back on the other corner. So let's go in and take a look. Last time I came here, flip-flops.
Yeah.
Walked through the whole thing with flip-flops. Gracias.
That way.
This way. This is the garage, right?
Yeah.
Hola. Un poco. Mucho poco. Very, very little. But learning a little more each day.
It's the last one on the left.
So this was all wood sticks. This was all like that last month, right?
Yeah.
So this is new. Last month, none of this was here. This was all wood sticks. In fact, we'll flash back to it so you can see it right here. I'll show you some B-roll of what it looked like last month. Still a little bit over there. Where are we here? Over there. But here at least we're starting to see progress with bricks being built and everything. So with all the fear out there about projects not getting done, it's always good to stop by and see that there's continued progress. I mean, look over there at how much has been done. If we overlay it with last month, or 2 months ago, I guess it was now, a month and a half ago or so, right around Christmas, we were here. Right before Christmas, we were here. If you look at it from based on last month, completely different, completely different. You can hear the construction too, so we'll keep looking. All right, so here is my unit. See, this is the doorway, right? This, I believe, is the kitchen.
Yes.
And that's the laundry back there. Okay. This would be a bathroom. This is, let me just walk over. So bathroom right here, walk-in closet here. And this is the entrance to the bedroom, right? So this is the bedroom, living area, living room, right? And then of course, the balcony outside. And you know, we did this because the pool is over there. We want to be away from the pool. We want to be away from the road, which you can kind of see over there is the road. And we want to be back a little bit. So, you know, we're back here where there's more residences and all of that stuff. And again, this is a 1-bedroom. So we're not moving here. This is going to be an investment for us. And I'm a big believer in Cortecito. Most people that come and want to have it kind of like be inside of the area without being at a resort, Cortecito, Corrales, those are the spots. So I love that we're here and we are literally 1 block from the beach. You got to check that out. I'll stay inside here. I know you get nervous.
Yes. It's just, it's an open ledge.
No,
It's
no,
got
I know.
some rails. So
I know. In the US, this would be an OSHA. They
Yeah.
call it OSHA compliance.
you mean like a lawsuit?
No, OSHA is the like the governing body for safety on work sites.
Oh,
So
yeah.
like an OSHA inspector would come in and be like, "Oh my, shut this site down. There's nothing blocking the ledges." You know, like
All right. Now I understand what you mean.
so when people watch this, they're like, "Oh my God, OSHA would lose their mind." There you got to look, and I'm really happy with the progress so far. Anticipated deliveries December 2025. Who knows? If it goes beyond that, that's fine. I always expect it. In fact, the original anticipated delivery date was like March, but delays, turnover in staff, whatever, meant that there's going to be a delay in the delivery date, and it still may not be December, but there's progress, a reputable builder behind it, a project that they've completed, and somebody that I see at the mall. So I have a lot more trust and faith in this investment. So the pros. First pro is the beach is 1 block away. You can literally walk around the corner, 2 minutes right over there, and you are at the beach. One of the most beautiful beaches in the world, truly. It's the Caribbean. Wow, technically but it's the Caribbean. Second is the price. So because we're in Cortecito, this area is still somewhat developing, and I'll show you that in a second. But because it's developing, you're not gonna find many places that close to a beach like that for 170 grand. Not here, not anywhere in the country, unless you're getting into areas that are just completely undeveloped, but this isn't. There's a ton of development. Third is the location. So if I go up the road that way, you're gonna be in a town called Corrales. And if I go up the road that way, you're gonna be over in Friusa, and even further down, you're in the middle of Punta Cana, downtown Punta Cana, and then eventually into Punta Cana Village and Punta Cana Resort and Cap Cana and all of that. And when you look at progress coming from this side, there are multiple restaurants down there, like big money restaurants, big restaurant groups down in Corrales. And on this side, that wall is the Palladium Resort, which is a multinational resort conglomerate. They built here. If you go down this road a little bit, down that side, you'll start to see more and more development as you get into Friusa. And for those that know Friusa, this isn't the part of Friusa that many of you might think it is. Friusa is a big area. This Friusa is on the other side of the Palladium. But the point is, all of the progress is moving this way and moving that way. So the bet I need to take is in an area that's not fully developed yet, will it be? And in my mind, absolutely it will be. The progress will be here. Another pro is the investment that's coming. So the Minister of Tourism, David Collado, recently committed $8 million to improve infrastructure in this area. So I'm excited about that. So in many ways, I'm excited, and I think a pro is the speculative nature of this. It's a great area. It's a safe area. It's got plenty to do here. There's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of development, a lot of growth. Now, what are the cons? Here's the first con. You see the roads here, there's a drainage issue that has not yet been fixed. There's been talk of it being fixed. There's even been some additional drilling and whatever, but it's still not fixed. So you see all this drainage, all this water that kind of sits here when it rains heavy and hard, and we get rain at night this time of year. I'm filming this in February. So when you see all this water, this is after it's receded a bit, but it gets pretty bad through here. So the amount of water on the roads is problem number one. Problem number two is simply the quality of the roads. I mean, you can see the divots and the holes and all of that that are in the roads. These are not in the best shape right now. So again, they're going to need infrastructure. The third thing is this is the only road going in and out of this area. You've got another side road over there, but they need additional roadways here because traffic, in fact, I gotta get out of here soon. Traffic gets nutty in this area. Like, you just don't want to be here at a certain point, but they need, with all of the growth and the buildings and everything going up, they need more roads, more infrastructure here. So that's a con right now. And lastly is going to be the noise. Look, you hear all the bikes, the motos, you can see them zipping by, the tuk-tuks, all of that. This is, if you live where I live in Punta Cana Village, all of that's not there. But this is a little bit more raw and authentic. So at 7 in the morning, you're gonna hear a bike. Hola. You're gonna hear a bike turn on. You're gonna hear, roosters crowing. You're gonna hear the noises of an area like this, which is bustling. So if I'm vacationing here, it's because I came down with my wife or husband, and I wanna be near a beach in a good spot with a ton of stuff to walk to, and those are the pros of what it is to invest here. One of the other cons is being solicited, like right now. This lady behind me, everybody I walk by is trying to drag me into a store. On the beach, you'll also find that as well. But, again, my projection is that this gets cleaned up. I don't know if I said pro, I meant that as a con. If I said pro, I apologize. All right, I gotta cross the road here and not die. Let's see how I do. There we go. So yeah, so the beauty of the area and the access to the beach and all the development you see is amazing. However, I am making a bet that all of these different things that are happening, the quality of the roads, all of that stuff, improve. Having come here for 15 years, being married to a Dominican woman for that long, this has come a long way, the whole area. Like if you go from the little thatched roof airport that was to this massive 2, soon 3 terminal monster. If you look at Punta Cana Village, if you look at Cap Cana, if you look at the resort, if you look at downtown Punta Cana, if you look at Vista Cana, if you look at all of these different communities that have grown so much, it's amazing. So again, my bet is slow but steady, this area continues to come up. The other thing to keep in mind is a lot of people want to guarantee that when they buy, it's only going to go up. And here's what I could tell you. In a year, after I buy this for 170, could be worth 140. I don't know. We'll see what happens in the economy, in the world, all of that. But I'm a long-term investor. And if you look at any trend chart, for the last 10, 20, 30 years, real estate does have its down moments, but from point A to point B over, say, a 10-year period, very rare that real estate goes down. Now, the only time I had real estate go down, I bought in what was like an area that was not going to develop, only because it was cheap. So when you're buying down here, there's a lot of offers for that, $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 condos in areas that are just never going to progress. Veron is a neighborhood around here that people call Punta Cana, but it's where the workers live. Not a bad place, but as an investor coming from the States or Canada or Europe, that's not going to be something that increases in value over time. In fact, sometimes those are the worst ones because they can end up being scams. Not that they all are. Because it's so cheap, you don't do the full due diligence, you don't get a lawyer and all of that stuff. It doesn't seem worth it, and it ends up hurting you in the end. There you see Boardwalk Beach Club. You see the exclusive members only beach club sign there. And this building up here, if you can see that, is a commercial building being built by Boardwalk. And in front of the apartment units, you'll start to see a shopping center being built here in the near future. Just gonna keep an eye on the road while I cross. Whoa, that van's hauling. I'm gonna wait for him. We're gonna go across. Listen, if you get value, I always appreciate if you subscribe. We're trying to get to 100,000 subscribers by the end of 2025. So we're starting out strong, but a long way to go. So I'm at the airport and realized I forgot to include something in this video. I promised you I had an idea on how we can increase progress as a YouTube community in the Cortecito area. Down here is the Instagram handle for David Collado, the Minister of Tourism. Forward this video, share it, send the link to this video to him on Instagram with some sort of message like, hey, check this out. We want to see Cortecito improve. If that's of interest to you, do it right here below. Now let's get back to the video. And once again, if you're looking for a connection to this unit, to this property to learn more about it, the price might be a little higher or lower than what I quoted. I'm just telling you what I locked in at, but just click the link below for Boardwalk and we'll get you in connection with their team. But if you want a more general realtor for more of the area, you can click that other link about a real estate agent here and I'll do the same exact thing. While I'm at it, there's also a link down there for a lawyer, a real estate lawyer if you need one. He's the guy I'm using and he's been amazing for me and everybody I've referred him to so far. And I hope this was helpful. Let me know what you think. Drop it down below in the comments. And look, I want to show you what this looked like about a month and a half ago. So I put that video right here for you. You can click on that and see what it was and what it is today and the progress that's been made. And I'll see you all on the next video.